Slow, the morning ritual. Camp Eyes, May 29th, 1953. Hillary woke slowly. The cold had seeped into his bones during the night. Every muscle ached. Every joint was stiff. He lay there for a moment, listening. The wind. Soft now, gentle, a good sign. He reached for his boots, frozen solid. He'd have to warm them against his body before putting them on. He pulled them close, felt the ice crack against his chest. Slowly, the leather softened. He flexed his fingers, one at a time, testing them. They worked, barely, but they worked. Outside, he could hear Tenzing moving, preparing, the quiet sounds of equipment being checked. No rush, no panic, just slow, deliberate preparation. Because at this altitude, rushing meant mistakes. And mistakes meant death. Hillary lit the small stove, waited for the snow to melt, watched the water begin to bubble. Tea. Simple. Warm. He sipped it slowly, felt it burn down his throat. These small moments. This quiet routine. This was survival. Fast. The oxygen crisis. Then everything exploded into chaos. The valve. Broken. Leaking. Tenzing. Wake up. Hands moving fast. Grabbing tools. Checking gauges. How bad? Bad. Very bad. Time collapsing. 4 minutes. 3, 2. Fingers fumbling. Metal slipping. Come on. Come on. Come on. Twist. Turn. Force it. Edmund. We need to... I know! Just give me. Click. Air hissing. Working. Go. Now. Move. Strapping on crampons. Grabbing ice axes. No time to think. Out of the tent. Into the darkness. Climb. 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 Fast. As fast as exhausted bodies could move. Because every second counted now. Every breath was borrowed time. Slow, the rhythm of climbing. But you can't move fast at 8,500 meters. Your body won't allow it. So Hillary and Tenzing found their rhythm. Slow, steady, methodical. Step. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Step. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Not thinking, just moving. One foot, then the other. The ice axe finding purchase. The crampon biting snow. Again, and again, and again. A meditation of survival. The world narrowed to just this. Step, breathe, step, breathe. Nothing else existed. Not the summit, not the danger, not the pain. Just the rhythm. Step, breathe, step, breathe. For hours, endless hours. The same motion, the same rhythm, until it became automatic. Until Hillary wasn't thinking anymore. He was just being a body in motion, nothing more. Fast, the ice bridge collapsed, then the rhythm shattered. Crack. The snow beneath Hillary gave way. His stomach dropped. Weightless, falling. His hand shot out, grabbed the rope, held on, body jerking, rope burning through his glove, legs kicking, finding nothing but air. Tenzing. The rope went taut, held, Hillary dangling. 3,000 meters of nothing below. Heart hammering, adrenaline screaming, hand over hand. Pulling himself up, crampon, finding ice, kicking in, holding, other hand, pulling, straining, up, up, up. Chest hitting solid ground, rolling away from the edge, gasping, shaking. 10 seconds, maybe 15. But it felt like hours. Slow, the aftermath. Hillary lay in the snow, couldn't move, couldn't speak. His entire body was trembling. Tenzing crawled over, sat beside him, said nothing. They just existed for 5 minutes. Maybe 10? Time didn't matter. They were alive. That was all that mattered. Finally, Hillary sat up, checked his equipment, checked himself. Everything intact. He looked at Tenzing. Tenzing looked back. No words needed. They stood and continued climbing. Slow again. Step, breathe, step, breathe. The rhythm restored. Fast, the final sprint. At 800 meters, Hillary saw it. The slope flattening. Tenzing. Look, Tenzing raised his head. Saw it too. The summit, maybe 50 meters away. Without thinking, Hillary moved faster, his body protesting, his lungs screaming, but he couldn't stop. Not now, not when they were this close. He stumbled forward, half running, half crawling, Tenzing beside him, moving just as fast. 40 meters, 30, 20, the ground leveling out more and more. 10 meters, 5, and then level ground. They collapsed, both of them, gasping, crying, laughing. The summit. They'd made it. Slow, the sacred moment. For a few minutes, they just lay there, not speaking, not moving, just breathing, feeling the thin air fill their lungs, feeling the sun on their faces, feeling alive. Then, slowly, Hillary sat up, looked around. The world spread below them, endless, infinite, mountains stretching in every direction, clouds far beneath their feet, sky above. Silence. Complete, perfect silence. No wind, no sound, nothing, just them and the mountain. Tenzing stood slowly, walked to the highest point, knelt down, but began his prayer. Hillary watched. The words were foreign, but the meaning was clear. Gratitude, respect, humility. Hillary pulled out his camera, moved slowly, carefully, framed the shot. Click. The photograph that would define history. Tenzing. Ice axe raised, flags flying, standing on top of the world. Fast, the race against time. Then reality crashed back. Hillary checked his watch. 11:30 a.m. They'd been at the summit 15 minutes. They needed to leave. Now. Tenzing, we have to go. Tenzing nodded, finished his prayer. They stood, turned, and started down. Fast. As fast as dying bodies could move, because the weather was turning. The clouds were building. The storm was coming. And they had to reach Camp 9 before it hit. Down the slope, sliding, half-controlled falling. Ice axe dragging, slowing them just enough. Down the Hillary step, rappelling. Rope burning through their hands. Down past 8,700 meters. Moving, moving, always moving. Because stopping meant freezing, and freezing meant death. Slow, the delusion. At 8,300 meters, something strange happened. Hillary's mind began to drift. The exhaustion, the oxygen deprivation, the pain, it all blurred together. He wasn't on Everest anymore. He was home, in his kitchen, making tea. His wife was there, smiling. His children playing in the next room, safe, warm, happy. Edmund, his wife's voice calling him. Edmund. He turned toward her. Edmund? Louder now. Now, Edmund. He blinked. The kitchen vanished. He was on the mountain, in the storm. Tenzing was shaking him. Edmund, stay with me. Hillary shook his head, tried to clear it. I'm okay. No, you're not. Keep moving. Don't stop. Hillary nodded. Forced his legs to move. One step, then another. Slow. So slow. But moving. Fast. The final descent, and then they saw it. Camp 9. 200 meters away. But Hillary's legs gave out. He fell. Tried to stand, couldn't. Tenzing, I can't.
Yes, you can.
Tenzing grabbed his arm, pulled him up. 100 meters. That's all. You can do 100 meters. Hillary nodded. Forced himself forward. Crawling now. Hands and knees. 50 meters. People emerging from the tents, running toward them. 25 meters. George Lowe's voice. Come on, Edmund, almost there. 10 meters. Hands grabbing him, pulling him forward. 5 meters. The tent entrance. 1 meter. And then, inside. Warmth. Safety. Darkness. Slow, the recovery. Hillary woke slowly. Hours later, maybe days. He couldn't tell. His body felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. Every muscle screamed. But he was alive. He opened his eyes. George Lowe was there, sitting beside him. Hey, George said softly. Welcome back. Hillary tried to speak. His throat was too dry. George handed him water. Hillary sipped. slowly. Let it soak into his mouth, his throat. Did we? He croaked. Yes, you did it, both of you. Hillary closed his eyes, felt the weight of it settling on him. They'd done it. They'd actually done it. But the feeling wasn't triumph. It was relief. Pure, exhausted relief. He'd survived. That was all that mattered. Fast, the news spread. But while Hillary rested, the world erupted. News traveled fast. Radio transmissions, telegraph messages, phone calls. Everest conquered. Hillary reaches summit. First man on top of the world. Within hours, it was global. Newspapers, radio broadcasts, television reports. The world celebrated. Parades planned. Medals prepared. Knighthoods announced. Everything moving at lightning speed. While Hillary lay in a tent at 8,000 meters, barely conscious, barely alive, unaware that he'd become the most famous man on Earth. Slow, the descent to base camp, it took 3 days to get down.
3 slow, painful days.
Each step agony. But they moved. Steady, careful. Camp by camp. 8,000 meters, then 7,500, then 7,000. The air getting thicker, breathing getting easier. But the exhaustion remained. At base camp, the team waited. When Hillary and Tenzing appeared, everyone cheered. Champagne, celebration, joy. But Hillary felt numb, disconnected, like he was watching someone else's life. He smiled, shook hands, accepted congratulations. But inside, he felt nothing, just empty. The tempo of a lifetime. Later, much later, someone asked Hillary, what was the hardest part? The fast moments or the slow moments? Hillary thought for a long time. The slow moments, he said finally. Why? Because in the fast moments, you don't think. You just react, survive, move. But in the slow moments, that's when your mind works. That's when you feel the fear, the doubt, the weight of every choice. The slow moments, those are when you have to face yourself. And that, Hillary realized, was the real challenge. Not the mountain, not the cold, not the danger, but the slow, quiet moments when you had to look inside yourself and live with what you found there.